Hi, my name is Brooke Littman,
And I'm Dr. Deb Lippman,
and this is Wine Together.
a podcast where we drink some wine and have a chat.
So sit back, relax, and get that corkscrew ready. Last week we talked about transportation. This week we will be joined by Deb's friend Jenny to talk about exercise.
So, Brooke, it's okay that we talk about exercise and drink alcohol?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, good. Surprise. Oh, I like your champagne flute. I know that one. It's the last one of the set. It's the only surviving.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Before we start talking, though, I want to tell you thank you. You have done a phenomenal job decorating my dining room and living area there. The pictures look so good. You
I
did
know,
good.
I was upset because I was trying to color, like, get all
Yeah,
the
you can't.
colors and stuff with the table, and one of the napkin ring holders that was the same color as the other one broke. So we had to use a green napkin holder on a green napkin, and I don't like it.
I don't like that either. Is there another napkin that you can switch out?
Well,
That's
then
okay.
we match with the napkin that's on the setting next to it.
Oh, okay. That's okay. Yeah. So how was fondue?
It was really good.
Okay. They did fondue yesterday afternoon, evening, I guess. I don't know
Evening.
what time you did it.
It was like 5 p.m.
Oh, okay. All right. Fun. And Lasso enjoyed it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was food. So, he was happy.
Yep.
The Ungar, is always immer Ungar. That's funny. I hope he doesn't listen to that and take that negative. Lazo, it's because we just love entertaining with you. That's okay. That's all it is. Absolutely. And he always brings something nice. Did he bring me some paprika chips?
I don't know.
Oh, he always brings me paprika chips. But you're right, he probably didn't bring any because he knows I'm not there.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to know about your new exercise routine.
Um, well, I haven't been doing it every day just because it's really hard because I have to do it after class, and it's hard to get myself motivated to do it after class, but I'm still doing what I was doing before, but now I started running instead of doing like my cardio in between my exercise.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So the trail run, I mean, are you getting in the trail? Are you running any of the parkour trails yet?
sure, no.
Oh, why not?
The one that goes back up to, you know where the bird ornithology house, whatever, that's
Oh, yeah.
old house, I go up there and then back.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, that's going to start getting muddy.
Oh, it's been muddy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's always muddy back there, but not always. I mean, in the summer it's not muddy.
Yeah. It wasn't terrible.
Well, you need to start going up, um, what is it, Berkey, behind Berkey? What is the
Like,
hill I like to climb? I've completely forgotten the
like
name of it. Blankenberg. Thank you.
yeah,
What in the world? What's wrong with me?
it's
So
most
are you doing that parkour course there? You should.
well, isn't a lot of that like when you get out of it, it's mostly pavement? There's like a little bit in the woods, but I think most of it's pavement.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. The whole course is in the forest.
Yeah, but I
The
don't think
entire
it's
course. You
kilometers.
cross over, after you do the sit-ups, you cross over and you're running up a hill to get to the pull-ups.
Okay, but I'm not just running. I'm using an app that trains me
Oh,
to
oh yeah.
do so.
Okay. Well, anyway, I get it.
Mhm.
But yeah. Yeah, because yeah, it's a tough course. But
Mhm.
but I don't know any part that's paved. It's all on the Vonderweg type. As far as the parkour course. Yeah,
Yeah,
if you get all the way up to Blankenberg, yeah,
yeah,
you can stay on some paved paths, but you don't want to run on paved paths.
no,
Shin splints and
yeah,
hurts your hip
mhm.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
So what app are you using?
Couch to 5K.
And how far are you?
I'm on week 6.
Oh wow.
Mhm.
That's pretty impressive. I'm
Yeah,
very impressed. I'd like to get back to that.
yeah. I have never gotten this far on it.
Well, I had gotten some of the bands for okay, not just the not okay, not the bands that you had, but some that have the handle, the grip.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
so there's three in this set. So I think I'm taking two of them to Ren to tomorrow when I go
Mm-hmm.
see Ren. And I'm going to keep one here until,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know if I'm bringing it there or not. So anyway, but because my green band
Yep.
broke
Oh,
the other day. And I was like, I'm a little upset about that because it broke in a spot that I can't really use it because I was using it for arms and legs.
mm-hmm.
And so, I just went and got the one that has the handles. What about you, Jenny? Tell us your exercise routine, past and present.
So I like lifting weights. Yeah, I don't enjoy the cardio. When you mentioned the couch to 5K, I think as far as I ever got with that kind of thing was like downloading the app. And then I was and then I was absolutely like out of it. I was like, I don't actually think this is for me. I can't even tell you what was on the app, but I felt good when I downloaded it. But just like establishing like the motivation to like follow through.
Yeah.
I never got there. So like yeah, I like lifting weights because I don't like cardio. Like the idea that I would spend like 30 minutes like trying to run or walk or even with the intervals, I
Mm,
can't do it. I'm like I want to do something different. Like my brain just won't let me sit there. There's not enough activity. It's too repetitive. I need to like switch, like do arms, legs, abs, something. I just can't do it.
yeah. So
Yeah.
now, do you lift at home?
I do. I
Okay.
do. So I have yeah, I have a lot of weights there. And
Okay.
then yeah, because I can switch it up, like I can maintain my attention to it. Otherwise, I'm walking and I'm like, I'm so bored. Like, what am I gonna
Yeah.
do with myself? Like, I can't keep doing this. And the idea that we do like indoor activity, I'm just like, okay, this is the same room I've been going to. This is the
Yeah.
same thing. This is the same machine. I can't do it. I
Mm-hmm.
can't. I have to do weights.
Okay. Are you doing any weights, Brooke?
No.
Not at all? Okay.
No.
Well, I do my 3 pound ones and
Nice.
I'm doing the bands, the resistance.
Yeah.
So, but but I like my Pilates type sit ups, crunches, planks. That's
Yeah.
my routine, and I blame it on my age. I say
Mm-hmm.
I'm just too old to do all the other stuff. But also, just the fact that here in America, you have to drive somewhere to exercise. And
Yeah.
that makes me completely nutty. I mean, that just drives me nuts.
Yeah.
There's no, like, I can't walk outside the farm
Yeah.
safely. I mean, I could. I'm just not, I can, but it's not safe
Yeah.
because there are no sidewalks.
Yeah, I know. It's all like, yeah,
And the people drive fast in the country.
right. Even
Hey,
faster because
wait a
no one's
minute.
looking at us.
I was about to say, you gotta admit it.
I'm like, nobody's here. Of course we can speed. I don't know what I would do if I saw like a trail of people just walking down the side of the road. I would be like, oh my gosh, what's happened?
Yeah,
There must
yeah.
be a natural disaster or something. Like I would
Right?
be
The
alarmed.
zombies have come.
Yeah, exactly.
The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
I know it is bizarre to me. I mean, I have kind of walked around the farm a little bit, but I don't really get a lot from that. So,
Mhm.
so I just have to stick with my Pilates type stuff,
Yeah.
and until something different.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So you're trail running, not doing the parkour course. I am, so shocked. I mean, I know you love walking on that balance beam up there.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's like even farther than like where I go for it, and I
Okay.
can't stop it like every time there's a thing to like do.
Okay. So explain to me. So you're leaving the apartment and you're
Mhm.
going toward the river.
Yes.
Okay, and then when you get to the river, you turn left.
No.
You turn right.
Yes.
Oh, and you go all the way to Luderbach to the ornithology type, that club where you can watch the birds.
Mm-hmm.
So, so you're okay. So are you going up that hill? Okay, so when you get to the bridge and you get under the bridge, do you go
Yep.
up that hill to go back to that spot? Or do you stay down in the forest and then go across
I
that
stay
bridge?
in the forest to
You go
go to
across
the
that slick.
ornithology
That
houses.
bridge gets slick. I've fallen on that bridge before.
Yeah, I know, and I'm careful.
Okay. All right.
Mhm.
Do you run into a lot of mountain bikers over there?
Not too many.
But some.
You. But I
Yeah.
mean, I always like I'm going in the afternoon during the week, so there's
Okay.
not people. Theoretically,
Okay.
people are working.
Yeah. Okay. What about hiking?
Well, we just got back from a hike.
Oh, just did it. Okay. Where did y'all go? Is
We
that what y'all were doing? I thought that was Dad driving, riding his bike. I didn't know
no,
it was you guys hiking.
yeah,
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Okay. So I saw you went over. So did you walk? I'm trying. Did y'all go down by Luderbach?
yeah,
And then you walked up that hill. Y'all went a long ways.
yes.
How far did you hike? I didn't see the end of it.
We went the back way, like the way I was just telling you about, but
Yeah.
instead of we went up on the bridge and then
Okay.
back down to the other side. And we went
Okay.
all the way around to where that church in the mountain is.
Yeah. Yes.
And then we walked all the way down into Soliterne because I
Oh,
had,
wow. Yeah. That's a good hike.
mhm,
That was good.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. So did you go into Enceladine?
Where? Huh?
The meditation day? Did y'all go into Enceladine and go all the way to the church? Or did y'all come up, did you come back through it like from the backside?
I'm not sure I understand what you mean by
Okay. Okay, you know that meditation walk
yeah.
through the forest. Did
Uh-huh.
y'all go through that at all?
When we were going back, we did.
So y'all, but you came through it from the church and walked to the front?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's a nice hike.
Hmm.
I like that part because that's some of the big rocks are back there.
Yeah, we went on the
Yeah.
little rock thing.
Okay. Did you? Okay. Yeah. What about mountain bikers back there today? Any?
Uh, I don't think so. No,
Okay.
maybe one or two.
One time we were hiking that area and this lady stopped to talk to us and then starts asking her dad about work and then talks all about, like, she knew everything about biogen. And I thought, this is weird.
Yeah.
She doesn't work there, but she knows everything about it. And it was like, that's so bizarre. But
Mhm.
she was really nice. Offered
Yeah.
us food. I'm just like, no, we don't know you. But what, I didn't say it, but I was, oh, we've got our own food.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's kind of a nice walk because you get some hills, but they're not terrible hills. Not at
No,
all.
one that was kind of rough.
Oh, did you see where they do the practice, the motorcycle training practice?
Where the
That's back
motorcycle
there.
school is? Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
That. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, we all had a good hike.
Yeah.
Nice. We got to get Jenny over there to go hike with us.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
in.
Yeah. Now I am old, so I use my poles. Brooke
Yeah.
I used them today.
walks. Oh, you did?
Yeah, I
Nice.
use them all the
Did you
time.
slow your pace?
Yeah.
Because Lord, I cannot keep up with you. Uh-uh. Mm-mm. You gotta have, you gotta remember, Mama, when I'm there, you gotta do something in between.
Yeah. Well, when I
I'll
have
try,
Jackie
but
come here, I'll have to. But Jackie also has really long legs, so
yes.
it might
Yeah.
work out.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. So is she definitely coming in December?
No, I think she was planning on trying to see if she could come in March.
Okay. Nice. Okay. Good, good, good. All right. Well, when Jenny comes, we'll take her to some good
Yeah.
spots. Yep. I promise. Yeah, I'm gonna be going slow. Okay, we'll go slow. Don't worry. Look, I have to let you read the book by this author that there was this old he was a hiking guide
Hmm.
in Canada, but he
Yeah.
was from Switzerland,
Uh-huh.
and he came from a family of hiking guides,
Hmm.
and he was hired by the Canadian government to do hikes there.
Yeah.
And so the lady that wrote the book, she started hiking with him when she was little.
Hmm.
And now she's, I don't know, maybe she's in her 60s. But so she wrote a book about his life.
Uh-huh.
And he would say, don't worry about them. People would pass them. And she'd get so mad. She wanted to keep up with them. He'd say, don't worry about it. We'll see them later.
Yeah.
And sure enough, they'd be worn out, not even reaching the peak, and they'd go slow, go slow. So I'm
Yeah.
a Swiss hiker. I take my time.
Right.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, yeah, because we've had some long hikes, and especially in the summer when we've got lots of daylight, we can take some long hikes. But yeah, that's good. Oh, well, I'm glad y'all had a good hike today. How's Dad?
Well, he went. I know he just got back. He went up to Jumbo,
Oh, okay.
by the further out one.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. I think he's fine.
Okay.
Until he comes back and takes a nap for 2 hours.
Yep. Yeah, it was so funny because like if he rides his bike, because when I saw the heels y'all were, that I thought he was riding on his bike, I thought, what is he doing? Why does he do this to himself? I really thought it was a bike ride. I didn't realize y'all were hiking. And I thought, why is he doing this to himself? Because I was looking to kind of see if I knew where y'all were, but it's I don't know, probably a scam. So I'm just gonna ignore it. Is that
Huh?
we just have a noise in the background?
Well, I
But-
can't hear because you've got the microphone and headphones.
Okay, good. Good. Then you won't worry about it.
Oh, I can hear it a little bit actually.
So
but,
what about, okay, so Brooke, we're gonna talk.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna have to just laugh at us.
Okay.
What about when you were younger, Jenny?
Mhm.
What, I mean, like, in high school, I know I didn't have to do anything except play the sports.
Right.
Is that's kind of just
It
how
was
you,
just my general lifestyle. I mean,
Yeah.
I grew up in Japan, so we were from one end of the island to the other. Like we were just we were walking. I mean, obviously we couldn't get our driver's license. I don't even think they would let us try until we were like 18. So we were always like walking to like the Mama San, Papa San stores, the different places because we wanted to go and do things, and it was never that far away because the island's not that big. So we just walked everywhere. And I don't know, I guess with because of the climate and things like that, like we were fine over there. Like
never
then we
felt
moved back to the
unsafe.
United States, we had to drive everywhere. I'm like, oh, we have to drive. Like we can't just walk somewhere. Like you said, they don't have the sidewalks or anything like that. And then also it's so far away.
Yes.
It's like
Yeah.
we could walk for like 30 minutes and be in a completely different city.
Mm-hmm.
And we were fine with that. But like you walk for 30 minutes here, you're still in the same place.
Yeah.
It's just there's less there. And it's like, okay, so I walk to a barren place.
Yeah.
Like it's not the same kind of like yeah,
The
same kind of
infrastructure is
place.
very
Yeah.
different.
Right.
Yeah.
It's incredibly different. And in Japan, like it's like the kids are in school like early in the morning, we're walking with them, they don't get out of school until late in the evening, and we're walking with them. If we need to catch the bus or whatever, we can, but that never really occurred to us, like we could just walk. And like I said, like we were seeing different things, we weren't walking and then seeing nothing, so
Right.
it's just completely different. So I never thought about like exercise in that way. We
Right.
were just living our lives.
Yeah. And well, I'm much older, but yeah, that was me. I think I was just living my life, but I played every sport.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, it just never stopped until I started having babies. And
Yeah.
then, okay, well, I'll quit that softball team. I'm no longer at a gym and all that kind of stuff. Just work. It was just work and so, but like when y'all were little, I would do the hokey pokey for exercise because y'all love that. And that really was my exercise routine for a long, long time. You put your left hand in. It was so funny. But yeah, and y'all loved it. I mean, that was kind of, and we did dance. I would dance with you guys all the time. So indoors or out. So, but yeah, it's funny how, I think you either are the kind of person that it's just an automatic part of your life, like you were saying,
Yeah.
or it's just not.
Right.
But is that, I mean, is as far as culturally, I mean, because I mean, even within my own family, my kind of culture towards that thought of exercise, that we all had different kind of mindsets on it. I don't think my mom ever exercised. I can't, I don't remember a time ever. Yet my dad played lots of different sports, different people, different things. Um, my brother and I would golf together. That was kind of, important to him. Um, but, Auntie, I mean, she, when she was really young, played softball with me, but by the time Angie reached middle school, that was it. I don't recall. And now I think, she does walk. Like, she always gets a walk in every day. Like the other day when I was there. So I'm gonna go walk over. I'm gonna walk through the woods to Megan's house, and I'm gonna walk up to the mailbox because she's not got that long driveway. So I was like, oh, okay, because I was there doing laundry.
Yeah.
But so she does walk every day.
Mhm.
But it's not, it's a different, definitely no weights, which is,
Yeah.
I like the weights too. I mean, I don't have probably the set you. I just have 2, 3 pounds.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I do my resistance bands, but
Yeah.
but yeah.
But yeah, I think also like I'm trying to think like when I had my daughter, I think that because I was in college and there was information about like exercise and things like that, but I think over the years we've gotten more information about it. Like my
Mhm.
parents didn't know as much. We were just a military family, so we were just active because of that kind of thing. But in terms of like accessibility, like you think about like you have to have a safe neighborhood to walk through it.
Mhm.
You have to have a safe place to walk.
Absolutely.
And you're not gonna if that's a not necessarily a part of your life as you exist, like you have to make time for that. And then there's also like the issue of like socioeconomic status and
Mhm.
all those things. Like you can't work 16 hours a day and then go work out. Like
Right.
you just can't. Like there's like so many things that like play a role in it that I think we really should address those kinds of they're not even just challenges, they're like actual barriers. Like you
Yeah.
can't even say like, oh, okay, well, everyone should, walk for 30 minutes a day. Okay, but you have to have 30 minutes. You have to have
Yeah.
safe childcare or
Mhm.
be able to bring your children with you and have the appropriate equipment to bring them with you. You
Mhm.
can't just say new mothers need to do this thing or like everybody needs to do this one thing. Like there's so many like things that we just don't address.
Yeah.
Like, and I know now like they have like gyms that have like childcare if you have a membership. But of course you're paying for the membership
Mhm.
and also probably paying for the childcare, even
Yes.
if they, under the guise of
Mhm.
like it's free with your membership, like you're definitely paying for it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I had to pay extra for childcare for them at the Y when I was at the Y. So, it wasn't, and I remember one time having to take Lydia and I had to go to the gym and I thought, huh, oh, that's right. I got to pay an extra $5 today because I've got Lydia.
right.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. And I agree that the barriers is a better word as opposed to, because, someone who has access and um,
Availability.
availability and the money,
Mhm.
they see the person who's not able to do this just for healthcare. They see that person as lazy. They see that person as not caring, and that's just not the truth. It
Right.
absolutely is not true. There are a lot of genetics that go into our body um, shape and morphology, and so it's not I think there's so much that goes into it. Now, I mean, when I think of exercise, I think of what am I doing for my heart? It's
Mhm.
always my heart because that's the issue I have right now at 58 years old. My heart and my cholesterol, and so that's and my blood pressure. That's what I'm thinking of. Why I have to do certain kinds of exercise.
Mhm.
Brooke, you're different. I mean, you're young, and you still. I mean, you have a look at your lifestyle. You
Mhm.
had the lifestyle she had when she was, young, in a different country other than the United States, and so yeah, living a great life.
Mhm.
So I mean, so I think that sometimes our confidence level plays into it. I know y'all think, oh gosh, I know everybody's gonna say she always talks about confidence, but I truly believe there's a epidemic of low confidence in the world. And so I think that confidence plays into why some people don't exercise. I think obviously, money and safety, all those barriers play into why people don't exercise. But I just want to encourage people just to, do something. Do the hokey pokey.
Yeah.
And or dance. I mean, I love a Friday night dance off Brooke in the living room. I do. And I love listening to my queen on Saturday mornings when I'm cleaning. And that's to me, I honestly anytime I clean the house, I make sure it's exercise.
Yeah.
I do my squats. I was doing my squats today when I was cleaning the shower. It was just, yeah. You can make it. You can kind of turn any activity into exercise, but I think you have to have that mindset.
Right.
And I
that
think a lot of
information,
things fall
right?
into that. Yeah, and the information. But I think a lot of things fall into why we don't have that mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I saw
culture, whatever.
I saw
What?
this Reddit post a long time ago about this guy who he didn't like exercising at all, so he got a like second job as like a janitor or something, and he was getting all his exercise from that.
Oh yeah, that's a good plan. I'm telling you, housework is
Yeah.
exercise,
Yeah, and
and
it was like because I think it was like he was a janitor at a mall or something, so you had to like clean around the whole thing.
I will say when I was working at Roseville High School,
Mm.
that 4 levels,
Mhm.
I tried not to take the elevator unless I was in a hurry,
Yeah.
and I would take 4 sets of stairs
I'd
because
have
I was almost always on the fourth floor.
yeah, the students weren't allowed to use the elevator, and I'd
Yep.
have 5 minutes to go from the fourth floor on one side of the building to the first floor on the other side of building someday.
Yes, to get to
And
your
it
dance class,
was horrible. I was almost,
especially in the crowd. You're like,
I know you have to like push people out of the way, and like, yeah, I was almost late to class like every single day.
yeah. I will say that middle set of stairs.
Mhm.
Well, there were 2 sets of stairs, and we tried to make one the upstairs and one the downstairs. And students, imagine this, would
Yeah.
always want to go up the downstairs.
I mean, there was also,
Guess which ones it was?
well, sometimes it was more convenient to go on
Never girl. Well, there were some girls that did, but
Right. Males are always trying to
yeah,
balance their way through everything.
but
Yeah.
a lot of them the athletes, and they were smart kids. They knew
Mhm.
what they were doing. They knew they were doing it on purpose, and of course, I felt like the lone disciplinarian. But that was good exercise. Those 4 levels of stairs. And so,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, that was good. But oh well. I used to be able to walk between buildings 3 or 4 times a day.
Mhm.
Now I can't do that.
Yeah, that's true.
I
Yeah.
cannot. I get very. The other day I did do a couple of squats.
Yeah.
Hey, let's do a couple of squats because I was desperate and
But it's incredibly concerning the way that like movement, I mean just movement, not even necessarily exercise,
Mhm.
is kind of removed from the work that we do. Like there's
Absolutely.
so many positions. Like one time I visited a production facility, and it was poultry processing, and they genuinely asked those folks to stand in one place and just sort of do this repetitive kind of action like all day. And it's like they do it for hours, then they get like a 15-minute break, and then they get a lunch break, and then they get like a little break in the afternoon. And it's like, how long until your body just kind of stops, even if you're physically moving? This is the type of a repetitive motion that ultimately leaves you, you know, with some serious like health problems. Like
Mhm.
how long before
Like
your
blood
shoulder?
clots in your legs. I mean, that's what I'm seeing.
Right. And it's like, okay, so they have movement in that position, but then why are we standing in one place? Why
Mhm.
is there, it's like you could kind of integrate that. Like if you genuinely, if it wasn't about like exploitation and things like that, you could integrate that into anyone's position. Like, I
I
don't
agree.
know.
Yeah. I tell you what, it's. I mean, and yeah, I don't see a lot of movement in school either.
Right.
Except that in between classes when you had to run from one side to the other. That really is, the only movement. I mean, I know you were saying, well, we gotta integrate, we gotta put some movement in
Yeah.
to this, and I get that, I do get it, especially for the brain
Right.
because you need that blood movement getting to the brain to kind of keep the brain awake. I mean, you know, we have sleepers.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, and I'll say, well, you need to move, and they won't move. It's like, you know, I don't know if they just never moved.
Right.
I don't know what it is.
But then also, like, when I think about like learning how to drive, like, of course, we had the books and we had the class and all those things, but I wasn't really learning until I got in that vehicle,
Mhm.
pressed the gas, and realized, oh, we're moving, and I had better do something important here.
Yeah, I've
You
got to
know?
think. Ooh,
So it's like, okay, so if that's one of the primary things that we all have to learn how to do in this country, we
Mhm.
need to start integrating that probably pretty early on. Because
Mhm.
if you go into like a kindergarten classroom or pre-K classroom, they're moving.
Mhm.
They're stomping their feet. They're clapping their hands. They're doing more of those things. And then the higher up we get in education, it's like we stop all that.
Mhm.
Like no one would ever say it to me at the university. You should do more kinesthetic or tactile activities in your classroom. No one would ever say
Mm-mm.
that.
Nope.
They would never
There's
say
not
that.
that expectation.
Yeah.
The expectation is, unfortunately, the way I think as a teacher
Mhm.
is, I expect them to get this work done, and
Mhm.
I truly see my fault, but I also cannot think outside that box to figure out how to integrate it.
And that's because we were taught that way.
Exactly.
I
It's
don't
exactly how I
recall
was taught.
doing anything
Mhm.
kinesthetic or tactile. But then also we had access to things like swimming pools and things like at our school,
Mhm.
which most people didn't have access to.
Yeah.
And so we had that, but we didn't have it like integrated into general curriculum.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. I was trying to move my arm.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. I was trying to get my arm under the cord. And of course, I pulled the cord.
Yeah.
Not on purpose.
She snatched
But,
my head.
yeah. Yeah. But now, so you had dance class when
Yeah.
you were at the public school.
Mhm.
But, again, as when you were homeschooled, you traveled.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. How far is Lucerne from Darrington?
An hour and a half on the train.
On the train. So you left the
Maybe.
house 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, got
No,
home sometimes 10 o'clock at night.
no, I didn't leave that early because I didn't have to be there that early.
Okay, when did you
I
ever leave before
won't- There were
11?
no,
Oh, okay, I thought you did.
no, because I had to do schoolwork and then I had to get there. I
I
think
know,
that
but we started school early. I made sure you started 7:30, 8 o'clock.
yeah. Well, I didn't have to get. I think the earliest I had to be in Lucerne was like 3:30.
Okay, all right, all right. But yeah, but that's still, I mean, that was, you know, so that was your exercise in high school was dance classes.
Hmm.
I mean, even in the public school.
Yeah.
So, well, you're required to take one PE in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's part of the standards.
Mm.
But most people take that freshman year,
Yep.
Right.
and it seems like only my experience. I don't know for sure. I only have that experience at Roosevelt. It seemed like certain athletes got all the weightlifting classes, and I didn't see any women
Right.
in the weightlifting classes. It was the football team.
Right.
Not gonna lie. The like there was we offered some classes like called sports or something like that where they would do basketball, volleyball, and stuff like that, and very few girls took that class.
Yeah.
um and so I felt like as women we don't it's not even exercise just for the sake of exercise is not necessarily or for my culture, for
Mhm.
me it was not, it's never been kind of hyped as important
Mhm.
unless to keep your body in a certain shape,
Mhm.
never for the health benefits.
Mhm.
And so of course I have to fight that and I have to be rebellious, and I say, well, I'm just doing it for the health benefits.
Mhm.
And so that's why I feel like the Pilates and that stuff works for me because I'm working on my heart.
Mhm.
But I think the culture is that women have to exercise to look a certain way, not necessarily to feel a certain way.
Mhm.
And I think that that's kind of, that bothers me.
So
Mhm.
like for the male gaze or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and if that's not something you're seeking, then
Right. I mean, it's
like,
okay if that's what you're
then what?
seeking. Absolutely. If that's what you're seeking, so be it. But I
Mhm.
don't think that we should feel obligated.
Mhm.
And I always, for some reason, felt obligated.
Hmm.
And I just, and then having 5 babies, I just couldn't, my body was not going to do that anymore.
Hmm.
My body was not going to look that way.
Hmm.
And so I think that, I do kind of get depressed about it.
Hmm.
And then I get mad at myself for being depressed about it. Because I'm
Hmm.
like, as long as you're healthy, just stay healthy,
Hmm.
eat healthy, I make sure I get my fruits and veggies every day.
Yeah.
you know, um, I was counting my fruit servings this morning. I was like, oh, wait a minute. Okay. Oh, yeah, I've got my 2 servings already. I got to make sure I get my veggies today. So, are you getting your fruits and veggies every day?
Yeah, well, I drink my juice every morning. That
Yeah. You
is
still
all
drinking that
fruit.
peach juice?
Yeah,
That's good stuff.
because yeah. And then if I have like a grilled cheese sandwich, I always have mushrooms on it.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I usually eat at least a couple carrots every day.
Okay. Yeah, I take my carrots and pepper strips most days. I try to get lettuce and tomato on my sandwich.
Mhm.
And I'll probably pack a sandwich to ride down the road today.
Mhm.
So it'll have my lettuce and tomato on it.
I had some apples for lunch.
Oh, nice.
Mhm.
I had a pear this morning for breakfast. Finished my cantaloupe and finished my blackberries, but there's still blueberries in there. But
Yeah.
I'm eating with Justin tonight, so guess we're eating. I think they're doing ribs and baked beans.
Ooh.
I know it's gonna be so good, but
Mhm.
no raw veggies. I don't think. I said I'd go buy some potato salad.
You had a pear for
Yeah.
breakfast?
Yep.
I had a pear for breakfast.
Oh yay! See, good. You did
I
your
mean, there were
thing.
different pears, but I
Yep.
didn't know.
I did. I finished up my pears today. I had bought like 4 pears last week, and I finished them this morning. So yeah, I had been eating one every morning this week. Well, most mornings this week. Not the morning I came from Angie's.
Yeah.
I
got mine
drove
from the
from
fair.
Angie's. I spent the night at Angie's Thursday night. So I drove my 2 hour commute Friday morning, but it was fun.
Mhm.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
watched Hocus Pocus.
I also watched Hocus Pocus on Thursday.
Yeah, I know you told me so. So good. So
Yeah.
good. We used to watch that, when it first came out. I assume we watched it 2 or 3 years, and then I met your dad's.
Well,
But we would watch it on Halloween.
I had never seen it before, so
It was good. It was good. Okay. Well, I didn't get any exercise that day. I did laundry,
Mhm.
but and we did a little walk around,
Mhm. See, I don't understand why they didn't just bury the book in the cemetery.
Ah, I don't know. Because it
Because
would have gotten dug up.
but the witches couldn't get in, like couldn't set foot in the cemetery. So
Oh
they couldn't
yeah.
get it.
You're so smart.
They should have just buried it in the cemetery.
They'd have convinced what's his name to take it to him. What was his
The
name? Bob
zombie
Allen?
guy,
Yeah,
whatever. I don't know if he couldn't find it. Plus, then he
that's
turned to the
funny.
other side at the end of the movie anyway.
Yeah, yeah. Well, until he's buried for another 300 years. And now,
Yeah.
then he'll probably say, yeah, maybe I don't want to be buried another 300 years.
There is a Hocus Pocus too, but I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah, one of the students that we have, he was telling me, oh, you need to watch the second one. It was really good. So,
Um, one of my professors from Dean, I think he was one of the dancers in Hocus Pocus too.
oh, cool.
So
All right.
he's also in Little Women.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
That's kind of cool.
Mhm. The one with Timothy Chalamet and Emma Watson and Florence Pugh.
Okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I heard Timothy Chalamet showed up at his own dressed like Timothy
Yeah.
Chalamet
Oh,
party in New York. I was like,
Mhm.
that sounds like something somebody who has lots of time on their hands could do.
Yeah.
Dressed like me, and then I'm just gonna show up dressed like me.
Yeah. Apparently he didn't even win. Like he lost or something, or like there was some I don't know. It was
That's too
weird.
funny.
that's hilarious.
So what do you think, you know, about some stuff we've said about, the reason people exercise? What are your thoughts?
Hmm, I don't know.
Why do you exercise?
Uh, because I want to stay healthy.
I hope it's not because I harp on you.
No. I also
Okay.
like the endorphin rush.
I do too. Yeah, that's me. I definitely like the endorphin rush. So, yeah, 100%.
Mhm.
I tell you what, we got some exercise at Corey and Katie's wedding.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't leave the dance. Well, you did. You went and got ice cream.
Mhm.
I didn't leave the dance floor. So, we had fun.
Mhm.
That's good exercise, dance.
Yeah.
You know, what's some off the wall, out of the box exercise you do, Jenny?
Oh my gosh, I have no idea. I feel so put on the spot. I have
Sorry.
no idea. What do? I have no idea.
I know something.
What's that? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do. I do everything with that grandchild. I do. I'm like, okay, well, we're
Get
gonna
good
be,
exercise doing that.
yeah, we're gonna dance, we're
Mhm.
gonna sing, we're gonna do something.
Learn sign language.
Yeah, yeah,
Take a bath.
yeah. That's good for my back.
Yeah, I mean it.
Giving her
You
that
know,
bath.
it really is. It works muscles that maybe have gone a little
Yeah,
soft over the years,
yeah,
and you get a baby, and all that comes back.
yep.
I actually move a little bit closer and
Oh, yeah.
beside you're just both getting
Sorry.
off a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we will. I'll lean in.
Moving easier.
So, are you going? What do you think? Have you talked to Jackie about like when she comes? Some of the plans.
I told her we're gonna go hiking. But
To
we
be
haven't like
prepared.
figured out too much stuff.
Okay.
Hopefully, I'm hoping that if I do have a job by then, I'll have enough money that maybe we could take a little trip to Spain or something, like
Oh
another
yeah.
at least.
Well,
Oh my
oh,
God.
I just hope they get things cleaned up. It's horrible right now.
Yeah, the
Oh
game
goodness.
that was supposed to be tonight that Real Madrid was going to play had to be postponed because of they were going to play in Valencia and
Oh,
yeah, because of all the flooding.
it's so sad.
Yeah.
I mean, just a lot going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know, that kind of cleanup, that'll wear you out.
Yeah.
I've been seeing some of the images and I think, oh my goodness, but you know, it's kind of the same as what's going on in Western North Carolina. You know, those images are just too much to take. And when I was there last week,
Mhm.
you could see because they had not had, I don't think they had had enough rain to wash away any of the residue
Mhm.
from so I don't know if you know the park at the bottom of the hill
From where?
from the apartment
Yeah.
where we sometimes park. And there's that bridge that goes down
Mhm.
that little path to the park.
Yeah.
You could see on all the little signage that tells all the different plants and stuff in the park,
Mhm.
it had been completely covered.
Oh
So
boy.
there was still the residue from the mud and the rain where
Mhm.
that sign was completely underwater.
Mhm.
And then, I mean, that sign's as tall as my shoulder. You could
Mhm.
see cars that cannot be moved because they were
Mhm.
completely underwater.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I think about, oh gosh, all the work that people are having to do. And
Mhm.
yeah, just like it's never going to be the same.
Mhm. Yeah.
So it's kind of sad.
Mhm.
So what else are you going to do today?
I don't know. Uh, I don't know, really. I've done a lot this morning.
Yeah, well, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure you feel like, yeah, I've done my share. So
Mhm.
what about tomorrow? You gonna take the day off other than laundry? That's exercise.
Well, I think I might go on a run tomorrow because I only
Okay.
went twice this week, and I'm trying to go 3 times a week now. But
Okay.
it's still like hard because once I get back from, I mean, I walk back from class too, but also I'm just so tired after class. I'm like, I don't want
Yeah.
to do anything.
Yeah. It's okay.
Mhm. Yeah,
Well, I'm just glad we got to at least do this again.
yeah.
Anything else from you, Jenny?
Nope, not that I can think of.
Okay. Well, we certainly hope that you enjoyed listening.
We'll be back next week with a new bottle of wine and a new topic. In the meantime, if you want to join the conversation, follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Wine Together Pod.